Hadith 1. Narrated Ibn Abbas, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, once stayed for 19 days and prayed shortened prayers. So when we traveled, and stayed, for 19 days, we used to shorten the prayer, but if we traveled, and stayed, for a longer period, we used to offer the full prayer. Hadith 2. Narrated Yahya bin Ishaq, I heard Anas saying, we traveled with the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, from Medina to Mecca and offered 2 rakat for every prayer, till we returned to Medina. I said, did you stay for a while in Mecca? He replied, we stayed in Mecca for 10 days. Hadith 3. Narrated Abdullāh bin Umar, I offered the prayer with the Prophet, Abu Bakr and Umar at Mina, and it was of 2 rakat. Uthman in the early days of his caliphate did the same, but later on he started praying the full prayer. Hadith 4. Narrated Harithah bin Wahab, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, led us in the prayer at Mina during the peace period by offering 2 rakat. Hadith 5. Narrated Abdur Rahman bin Yazid, we offered a 4 rakat prayer at Mina behind Ibn Affan. Abdullāh bin Mas'ud was informed about it. He said sadly, truly to Allah we belong and truly to Him we shall return. And added, I prayed 2 rakat with Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, at Mina, and similarly with Abu Bakr and with Umar, during their caliphates. He further said, may I be lucky enough to have 2 of the 4 rakat accepted, by Allah. Hadith 6. Narrated Ibn Abbas, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and his companions reached Makkah in the morning of the 4th Dhul Hijjah reciting Talbiyah, O Allah! We are obedient to your orders, we respond to your call. Intending to perform Hajj. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, ordered his companions to assume the ihram for Umrah instead of Hajj, excepting those who had hadi, sacrifice, with them. Hadith 7. Narrated Ibn Umar, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, a woman should not travel for more than 3 days except with a mahram, that is, a male with whom she cannot marry at all, for example, her brother, father, grandfather etc., or her own husband. Hadith 8. Narrated Ibn Umar, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, a woman should not travel for more than 3 days except with a mahram. Hadith 9. Narrated Abu Hurairah, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, it is not permissible for a woman who believes in Allah and the Last Day to travel for 1 day and night, except with a mahram. Hadith 10. Narrated Anas bin Malik, I offered 4 rakat of Zuhr prayer with the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, at Medina and 2 rakat at Dhul Hulayfa, that is, shortened the Asr prayer. Hadith 11. Narrated Aisha, when the prayers were first enjoined, they were of 2 rakat each. Later the prayer in a journey was kept as it was, but the prayers for non-travelers were completed. Az-Zuhri said, I asked Urwa what made Aisha pray the full prayers, in journey. He replied, she did the same as Uthman did. Hadith 12. Narrated Abdullāh bin Umar, I saw Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, delaying the Maghrib prayer till he offered it along with the Isha prayer whenever he was in a hurry during the journey. Salim narrated, Ibn Umar used to do the same whenever he was in a hurry during the journey. And Salim added, Ibn Umar used to pray the Maghrib and Isha prayers together in Al-Muzdalifah. Salim said, Ibn Umar delayed the Maghrib prayer, because at that time he heard the news of the death of his wife Safiyyah bint Abi Ubaid. I said to him, the prayer is due. He said, go on. Again I said, the prayer is due. He said, go on, till we covered 2 or 3 miles. Then he got down, prayed and said, I saw the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, praying in this way, whenever he was in a hurry during the journey. Abdullāh bin Umar added, whenever the Prophet was in a hurry, he used to delay the Maghrib prayer and then offer 3 rakat, of the Maghrib, and perform taslim, and after waiting for a short while, Iqama used to be pronounced for the Isha prayer when he would offer 2 rakat and perform taslim. He would never offer any optional prayer till the middle of the night, when he used to pray the tahajjud. Hadith 13. Narrated Abdullāh bin Amr from his father who said, I saw the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, offering the prayer on his mount, rahimahullāh, whatever direction it took. Hadith 14. Narrated Jabir bin Abdullah, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, used to offer the Nawafil, while riding, facing a direction other than that of the Qibla. Hadith 15. Narrated Nafi, Ibn Umar, while on a journey, used to offer the prayer and the witr on his mount, rahimahullāh. He said that the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, used to do so. Hadith 16. Narrated Abdullāh bin Dinar, on traveling, Abdullāh bin Umar used to offer the prayer on his mount by signs whatever direction it took. Abdullāh said that the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, used to do so. Hadith 17. Narrated Amr bin Rabi'ah, I saw the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, on his mount praying Nawafil by nodding his head, whatever direction he faced, but Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, never did the same in offering the compulsory prayers. Hadith 18. Narrated Salim, at night, Abdullāh bin Umar used to offer the prayer on the back of his animal during the journey, and never cared about the direction he faced. Ibn Umar said, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, used to offer the optional prayer on the back of his mount facing any direction, and also used to pray the witr on it, but never offered the compulsory prayer on it. Hadith 19. Narrated Jabir bin Abdullah, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, used to pray, the Nawafil, on his mount facing east, and whenever he wanted to offer the compulsory prayer, he used to dismount and face the Qibla. Hadith 20. Narrated Anas bin Sirin, we went to receive Anas bin Malik when he returned from Sham and met him at a place called Ain at-Tamr. I saw him praying riding the donkey, with his face to this direction, that is, to the left of the Qibla. I said to him, I have seen you offering the prayer in a direction other than that of the Qibla. He replied, if I had not seen Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, doing it, I would not have done it. Hadith 21. Narrated Hafs bin Asim, Ibn Umar went on a journey and said, I accompanied the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and he did not offer optional prayers during the journey, and Allah says, verily, in Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, you have a good example to follow. Hadith 22. Narrated Ibn Umar, I accompanied Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, and he never offered more than 2 rakat during the journey. Abu Bakr, Umar and Uthman used to do the same. Hadith 23. Narrated Ibn Abu Layla, only Hani told us that she had seen the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, offering the duha, forenoon prayer. She said, on the day of the conquest of Makkah, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, took a bath in my house and offered 8 rakat. I never saw him praying such a light prayer, but he performed perfect prostration and bowing. Hadith 24. Narrated Abdullāh bin Amr that his father had told him that he had seen the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, praying Nawafil at night on the back of his mount on a journey, facing whatever direction it took. Hadith 25. Narrated Salim bin Abdullah, Ibn Umar said, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, used to pray the Nawafil on the back of his mount, carriage, by signs facing any direction. Ibn Umar used to do the same. Hadith 26. Narrated Salim's father, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, used to offer the Maghrib and Isha prayers together whenever he was in a hurry on a journey. Hadith 27. Narrated Ibn Abbas, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, used to offer the Zuhr and Asr prayers together on journeys, and also used to offer the Maghrib and Isha prayers together. Narrated Anas bin Malik, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, used to offer the Maghrib and the Isha prayers together on journeys. Hadīth 28. Narrated on us, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, used to offer these two prayers together on journeys, that is, the Maghrib and the Isha. Hadīth 29. Narrated Az-Zuhri, Salam told me, Abdullāh bin Umar said, I saw Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, delaying the Maghrib prayer till he offered it along with the Isha prayer whenever he was in a hurry during the journey. Salam said, Abdullāh bin Umar used to do the same whenever he was in a hurry during the journey. After making the call for Iqama for the Maghrib prayer, he used to offer 3 rakat and then perform taslim. After waiting for a short while, he would pronounce the Iqama for the Isha prayer and offer 2 rakat and perform taslim. He never prayed any Nawafil in between the 2 prayers or after the Isha prayers, till he got up in the middle of the night, for tahajjud prayer. Hadīth 30. Narrated Anas bin Malik, whenever the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, started a journey before noon, he used to delay the Zuhr prayer till the time of Asr and then offer them together, and if the sun declined, at noon, he used to offer the Zuhr prayer and then ride, for the journey. Hadīth 31. Narrated Anas bin Malik, whenever the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, started the journey before noon, he used to delay the Zuhr prayer till the time for the Asr prayer, and then he would dismount and pray them together, and whenever the sun declined before he started the journey, he used to offer the Zuhr prayer and then ride, for the journey. Hadīth 32. Narrated Anas bin Malik, whenever the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, started on a journey before noon, he used to delay the Zuhr prayer till the time for the Asr prayer, and then he would dismount and offer them together, and whenever the sun declined before he started on a journey, he used to offer the Zuhr prayer and then ride, for journey. Hadīth 33. Narrated Aisha, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, prayed in his house while sitting during his illness, and the people prayed behind him standing, and he pointed to them to sit down. When he had finished the prayer, he said, the Imam is to be followed, and so when he bows you should bow, and when he lifts his head you should also do the same. Hadīth 34. Narrated Anas bin Malik, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, fell down from a horse and his right side was either injured or scratched, so we went to inquire about his health. The time for the prayer became due, and he offered the prayer while sitting and we prayed while standing. He said, the Imam is to be followed, so if he says Takbir, you should also say Takbir, and if he bows you should also bow, and when he lifts his head you should also do the same, and if he says, Sami'a Allahu liman hamidah, Allah hears whoever sends his praises to him, you should say, Rabbana wa lakal hamd, O our Lord. All the praises are for you. Hadīth 35. Narrated Imran bin Husayn, who had piles, I asked Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, about the praying of a man while sitting. He said, if he prays while standing it is better, and he who prays while sitting gets half the reward of that who prays standing, and whoever prays while lying gets half the reward of that who prays while sitting. Hadīth 36. Narrated Abdullāh bin Buraidah, Imran bin Husayn had piles. Once Abu Ma'mar narrated from Imran bin Husayn had said, I asked the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, about the prayer of a person while sitting. He said, it is better for one to pray standing, and whoever prays sitting gets half the reward of that who prays while standing, and whoever prays while lying gets half the reward of that who prays while sitting. Hadīth 37. Narrated Imran bin Husayn, I had piles, so I asked the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, about the prayer. He said, pray while standing and if you can't, pray while sitting, and if you cannot do even that, then pray lying on your side. Hadīth 38. Narrated Aisha, the mother of the faithful believers, I never saw Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, offering the night prayer while sitting except in his old age, and then he used to recite while sitting, and whenever he wanted to bow, he would get up and recite 30 or 40 verses, while standing, and then bow. Hadīth 39. Narrated Aisha, the mother of the faithful believers, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, in his last days, used to pray sitting. He would recite while sitting, and when 30 or 40 verses remained from the recitation, he would get up and recite them while standing, and then he would bow and prostrate. He used to do the same in the second rak'ah. After finishing the prayer, he used to look at me, and if I was awake he would talk to me, and if I was asleep, he would lie down.